Triathletes are bizarre, volumes, certain colours that they don't wear. Some crazy stuff.
I've roomed with a lot of strange people over the years, but nothing that comes to mind.
I will say I have a couple tics and routines.
I think everyone has some sort of superstitions or some sort of routine. No.
I don't have anything super crazy.
Not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head. I don't think we're overly superstitious.
It's funny seeing where triathlon has come as a sport, and the type of athletes that are here, the type of people and their locked in types of personalities, because for me I have no routines.
I think like any athlete, you have your race day routine, your pre-race day routine. I mean, I think that just enables you to feel comfortable, that you've gone through those motions before and you've been there before. I think it's familiarity that makes it easier to calm the nerves before a big race.
There is one thing I do. I like to read through my training diary. It's just something my wife suggested I do about 5 years ago. Neri suggested I should do it. She thought it would give me a lot of confidence. And it's something that I do routinely the night before the race. Obviously the job hasn't been done yet, but I feel a sense of accomplishment the way we've gone about it and all the work that's gone into it.
This is my guilty pleasure, is brand new socks on the marathon. And you just finish the bike, nothing, like you don't want to go run a marathon after you've just ridden 112 miles, but you put your brand new socks on, and that always makes my feet happy. So I guess that's kind of a superstitious thing.
The only thing I do is I throw my earbuds in and just zone everybody out and kind of get into my own space.
I write my husband's initials on my right hand every race, and that just is like just a subtle reminder when you're in arrow position or when I'm running. I'm left-handed, so I tend to kind of look this way, and that's the one thing that I do hands down every single race.
I have to have a new pair of goggles for every race, and everybody always says you should never have a new pair of anything. New pair of goggles, and ideally they would be dry, and my hands have to be dry, but when you start in the water, that's not possible. But before I get in, my hands are 100% dry. I'll have a towel with me, and I'll be drying my goggles and my hands.
I had a towel once that I had every race, and when I lost, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. I don't have a bad race now, and I never did.
I have like little, not even a routine, I kind of will mix up what I eat the night before and on race morning. I think you have to be flexible, because as soon as you start relying on, I absolutely have to have pasta with tomato sauce and tuna, and then what happens on the day that you just can't get hold of that. So I'm like, well, rice is okay. And I think that goes with all the routine.
The only tick or superstition I have is that I have to have lasagna the night before a race. People are like, oh, I've been asked this question so many times. A lot of amateur athletes are like, is it the carbohydrates? Is it the protein carbohydrate mix? And the absolute truth, and my mother was no nutritionalist, was that every time I played soccer as a kid or was surfing in a competition, she made me lasagna because it was my favourite food, and I've hung on to that since I was 12 years of age. It sounds easy to get when you're in a place like the States, but try finding lasagna in Japan, or when you're in China, try finding lasagna, and it's become something that's almost become an obsession, that if I don't have it, I freak out, and sometimes I laugh at myself.
I used to eat a huge chocolate fudge chocolate brownie every night before the race, and then I learned I had a gluten problem, so that tradition has kind of gone out the window.
I do have a pocket in my bag, my race bag, that has like 20 Lucky Charms from people from throughout my career that have given to me, family, friends, like random. I've got like a little troll doll, just crazy little trinkets, and I take that to every race. It's in my race bag. It's in my right pocket, and I mean, that's the only sort of funny thing I have. I mean, they don't ride with me during the race, but they're in my bag.
Yeah, one tradition I have obviously is finishing the race with the cowboy hat. People always ask who hands you your cowboy hat, and a gal from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho named Chloe Hutter. And I think when Chloe and I first met, Chloe was 13 years old, and she really wanted to break a 6-minute mile. And so we sort of became pen pals, email pals, text message pals, just kind of tried to instill self-belief and confidence in her. And sure enough, Chloe broke a 6-minute mile, and then she came to one of my races, and I said, do you want to hand me the cowboy hat? And she was like, sure. So Chloe sort of is a little good luck charm.
People become really reliant on certain nutrition on race day, and their whole race goes to scratch if they drop some gels off their bike. And I think, well, you've kind of got a plan for that, so don't think that's the be all and end all.
A lot of the guys I've trained with, they're so volume or time focused on hitting these set targets of, if I don't ride 450 miles, I'll never be able to win a race, or if I don't, that's all rubbish, but it's definitely what gives them that peace race morning.
For the most part, in general, I try to just go with the flow. I find that if you try to fit a square peg into a round hole and really force things to happen, it doesn't, I think you have to have a little bit of a go with the flow attitude,